you're ready on that opening.
Yep.
All right, October 24th, round 2 here in Wyoming. Going after some Wyoming elk, but I got a different guy this time. We don't got Kanan, we don't got Jaden, we don't have Jalen. We got Ben Mallow back. Hopefully we can find something. We're going in to the spot where Kanan, Jaden, and I went in the first morning, and then we actually spent 4 days. The first morning, or first day, we saw a lot. The next 3, we did not. So I'm my usual negative self when I'm the hunter. I'm really positive when I'm the cameraman, but I'm the hunter, and I'm like, we're gonna get in here and we ain't gonna see anything. So, but hopefully we get in there, we glass them up. Hunting pressure should be down. 2 weeks ago is when we were here last. That was opening weekend. That kind of understandable with why all the hunting pressure was there. But we're gonna get walking. We got a little bit of a hike in, and hopefully we find something.
Okay, so he is looks like a 5x5. And unless I just can't tell.
Well, Ben just spotted our first elk. There's none so far where we were hoping they'd be, kind of where we were backcountry in last trip. And it looks like we still have some pressure from the other side. I'm guessing outfitter pressure, because you're not supposed to be able to go on that road because it cuts through some private and stuff. So we're going to keep glassing. It's windier than we thought it would be. The forecast was like, I think the hour by hour showed 6 miles an hour, and it is definitely more than 6 miles an hour out. I know that, but hopefully it dies down here and the sun goes up, and maybe we can spot some more elk and some closer elk and some public land elk and some big elk. All those would be good. We'll see what happens.
I'm pretty sure it's a 5x5 or a 5x6. You want to warm up? I know. Walk right on the backside in the sun.
Well, we were just making our plan on what to do for those elk we saw earlier. We were like, geez, this is just going to be brutal to go across there. And all of a sudden Ben goes, Nick, elk right here, when we came back over here and started freezing in the wind again. And we've spotted 3. There's just a spike, a raghorn, and that's what we saw right away. And Ben was like, well, that raghorn is a 5x5, Nick. And I told him, no, we're not shooting the raghorn, But we have spotted a 3rd bull that definitely looks better. It's just so tough to tell, because we think he's bedded there. And who knows, there might even be more in there with them. It's just, because it took us a while to find this one. Sorry, I'm getting a little off here because I keep looking at him. But it doesn't look like he's quite as big as the ones way over there. But like, those are on private. This is public here, so, and we might go get set up. I don't know if the camera can see, but there's a ridge right over here that we'll get to that gives us a pretty close shot. Wind's perfect, everything. And actually there might even be another one in there. We just can't get a good look at him.
Yeah, so Nick was pointing right out to the ridge, kind of straight off from where the spotting scope is, and where we're sitting right now, straight across here, kind of in this opening back in here. And I can't quite get to see all of them here, but they're back on this hillside right here.
We're deciding to move down to that other point, just because we couldn't get a good look at him. This way we get a closer look at him, but also we're ready if a bigger one's in there or if he's a shooter. I don't know if I can describe how tough it's gonna be to get to those ones that we saw this morning, and the fact that there's limited public land around there. So we're gonna loop around here and get set up on these and act like I'm for sure gonna shoot them, just because then we don't make any mistakes. And so we looped around. We only have a few, I don't know, 30, 40 yards to go here. And hopefully they're right over the top here. Might get a little dicey here. Who knows? Hopefully there's 4 bedded bulls with 1 no doubter that we didn't see. Who knows? Better get up here and take a look anyway. Just feeding. So we're good. I have no idea where you're. Nick. Haven't had a good look at him yet, but I had an okay look at him when we were walking up. He just happened to be in the open then. And he went into this batch of trees. And to the best of our knowledge, he hasn't come out yet. I was 100% sure. And now the doubts start creeping in when we haven't seen movement for a while. It's been 30 to 45 minutes. I think the GoPro's been running for over 30 minutes. The action camera. But we're just gonna sit here and wait. Like a shooter bull when I saw him through the binoculars. So we're set up 300 to 350 to 375 yards away. So hopefully as the sun shifts, he gets up from his bed.
I'm guessing that's what he's bedded in those trees. It's tough with the sun behind us because he's going to be bedded right on that side of a tree. So tough for us to see him. But should be in that little patch. There's movement.
Right?
Yep.
You are. I don't have a shot right there.
Okay.
You are on him though?
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. I got a little tiny opening, but I don't trust it.
Don't rush it because he's going to come out.
Walk into the right again. You ready on that opening?
Yep.
Could you tell?
You hit him.
Okay.
Just wait, I'm still on him. He's going down.
You just go down?
He just went down.
Let's go. He's down for sure, right?
Yep, he just crashed down.
Okay, I see a spike there.
He's done, Nick.
Let's go, dude. Holy smokes, I have no idea how even good he is. He's just good enough to meet our qualification.
He's got a cool right side.
I was getting worried there, Ben, with the... He was walking through the thick trees there, that's for sure. I'm just giving it a second to make sure. I have no idea where he crashed either. I kind of... Oh my goodness. Let's go! Let's go! Heck yeah, dude. Oh, yes! Holy smoke! Woo! Woo! It hasn't hit me yet because I don't see him down, you know.
Yeah.
It's a little scary still. I see. Yeah, there's the spike. I mean, he looks cool to me.
He's got his left side is like thick.
Okay.
His right side, he's got like these couple curls in it.
That's what I thought.
It's a good bull. It's a good bull, Nick.
That's awesome. Well, as you just saw, we think we have a bull down. I think I got him here in the spotter. I'm not even exactly sure what we have. If he's a 5x5, a 6x6, 7x7, 8x8. Okay, he's not any of those, but he's either a 5x5, 5x6, 6x6. We're just kind of making sure he's dead because when we leave this spot, we can't go straight at him because there's a big cliff right here, so we're gonna have to loop around here. So we're just kind of making triple sure he's dead because he took off like a shot after he was hit. I was kind of surprised by that, but then Ben watched it better than I did. I was trying to get him back in my scope, and then one of the spikes, or the spike came back, and I was like, ooh, I cannot shoot the wrong bull here. So we're gonna go get our hands on him. Like I said, we're just making triple sure we're not rushing to any conclusions, because I mean, I could still put another one in him. I just don't know where his shoulder is or anything like that from right here. But if he was moving, I could anchor him a little bit, I guess they'd say. But we're gonna go check him out. I think we got a public land bull down in Wyoming. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, so it's steeper over here than it looks, but this is the group of trees we were watching. It's pretty easy once you get over here to understand why they felt so safe. It just feels thick down in here, and then nothing can touch him. So he was definitely in here. Then when we saw movement, he was coming out kind of below me here. There's a deer antler right there. What the heck? You see that? So that's where he walked out at. So he was feeding right by this deer antler. What the heck? Old mule deer antler, and then he just walked over here, and we're gonna see if we can find the opening where I shot him, because I don't think it's a very big opening, but it was the opening we had.
So just to put into perspective here for everybody, so we were sitting right up here, and he was tucked right down in there, about where Nick was right now, and that is why we couldn't see him down here.
Smells like elk in here too. Ooh. Wow, this is a weird looking bull here, boy. Yeah, I'm glad. I knew I shot high. Holy smokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, actually technically 7. 7x5?
Look at the mass on the left side.
Yeah, that's a weird little...
He's busted broken off too.
Yeah. Huh. That was the deal with him. Well, guys, we did not waste much time today. Pretty cool to get one first morning, kind of first morning. I know it's kind of against my philosophy to shoot one on the first day, but it's kind of like day 6 technically for me. Day 1 for you, yeah. Exactly. But got an awesome public land, do-it-yourself bull here in Wyoming. Pretty unique. He's actually broken up here. He's kind of cool how he turns in here and stuff. And some of you that have followed this series might question why I shot this bull when I wasn't sure if I should shoot the one on day 1, looking back on it, the day that a bull that we called Snap. But that's just the way things go. We got some unexpected pressure and those elk disappeared. We went 3 days without really seeing elk. I think we saw one spike on the second morning. And we got into some big elk again on day 5. But they were bedding up on private and we couldn't get at them. And that was kind of what happened this morning. Ben spotted this bachelor group of bulls way long ways away. It was going to take us forever to get over there. And that was our plan. We were going to go do that. And again, though, we'd have to wait for them to come off the private. Where we spotted them was on public, and then they went up on the private. So we decided to, well, looking back on it, was a very wise choice. We decided to wrap around. We said, okay, let's finish our glassing session. We don't need to head over there yet. We knew it was going to take 5 hours or so to even just bring the vehicles around to get them over there. And we're like, you know what? We could be in a rush, but let's just finish this glassing session. We're like watching this other ridge. And all of a sudden, Ben goes, elk down here, like kind of close to our glassing knob, to be honest with you. And all of a sudden, it was raghorn. And Ben, hey, it's a 5x5, Nick. I was like, no, I'm not shooting a raghorn, even if it's the last day. I was like, just with what we've been seeing. And all of a sudden, another one. There's a spike, and I think I told Ben, I was like, hopefully there's a big one with them. And all of a sudden we saw him and he was facing us so we could see his frame and we're like, it's got a pretty good frame. Let's get around on him. Just kind of be in position just in case he's a shooter because I think he was bedded in the shade at that point.
He never gave us a good look.
No.
When we originally spotted him.
Exactly. And we were looking at him for maybe 5-10 minutes and we're like, okay, the other two are kind of moving. Let's get around just so we didn't want them to wrap around this ridge because believe it or not, private are on the other side of this ridge. So we figured that's the way it would go again. So we decided to get around and we were creeping up to the opening and I happened to see him out in the open feeding with my binoculars. And I told Ben, I said, better bull than I thought he was because I hadn't committed to shooting him. And then we thought we found what tree group he went in. And after about an hour and a half, I was like, is he in there? And finally we were eating some fruit snacks and just taking a little snack and all of a sudden I shouted back to Ben, I got movement, and we got set up and things happened pretty quick after that. But no, thanks for coming along. It means a lot. I'm going to really be thanking you in the next few hours when we're packing this thing up. I should say a big thank you again to Jaden and Kanan. It's unfortunate that they couldn't make it this trip. Really happy with this bull, really unique. Technically a 7x5. He is a little cheater right up here. And he would have been a 6 or a 7x7, but definitely not one that's going to break the record books, but it feels like quite an achievement to get this done the way we did. So thank you for following along. Stay tuned for the pack out because this is going to be a little brutal, but thankfully I have a really strong guy helping me, so we're going to get him taken care of here. He did die in the shade here, which is kind of nice, but we'll get him all taken care of, hung up, and we do kind of have to haul him out of this canyon, but after we get him out of the canyon, it's pretty easy after that, so not a whole lot of complaining will be done on the pack out because we know just how much worse it could have been. So yeah, really happy with this guy though, that is for sure. Really cool. Well, we got our first load loaded up here. I got the head and a front quarter and a back strap. Ben's got a front quarter and back strap and the majority of our stuff in his pack. So first load, and then we'll come back and get the 2 hind quarters in here, and I'm leaving my tripod here as well. But yeah, shouldn't be too bad, but we got a couple heavy packs, that's for sure. So Not too long of a walk, thank goodness. Gotta tighten this up a little bit. Be good to go. Well, that's one load. Got it back here. We're just gonna keep it in the shade. Now we're gonna unload the packs and go back in and get the 2 hindquarters. Back for round 2. All right, well, got them loaded up, heading out. Still heavy, but sun's still shining. We don't have that long to go. Can't complain too much. Yeah, we're gonna eat good tonight. Whew. Let's see her. See the bragging board. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.